Good old Tuesday. Kind of a slow motion day. Real slow motion. Nothing much really going on. Just work and stuff. Wait this gym later. But earlier in the day, woke up and made some brunch for myself. Had some duck bacon in these streets. But I was thinking about people and relationships. A common theme today's society and stuff like that. We're always talking about relationships, friendships, and how to navigate them. You can literally put in friendship in Google and you'll see a plethora of self realization. Are you a good friend? And what makes a good friend? This is how you can fix your relationship. It's always been like that, in magazines and stuff like that and all that. But nowadays, every 2 seconds you see something else. We fast way to get across that type of information is with these memes. And I think the more complicated people make relationships and friendships, the more likely it's not going to succeed. Now, I do understand. Now, it's going to sound weird putting it this way. Sometimes things can become complicated, but if at the core of your relationship and your friendship, it's simple, you both are on the same page, you both respect each other, and you both understand each other, and you're both willing to work at it, then I think that, you can pull through any complicated situations that come about, if that makes sense. See, I was thinking to myself, I was like, look, people are those that voice. Let me be very clear. I'm talking about those that do voice. I'm not talking about those that don't say anything. I'm not talking about those that, keep feelings to themselves, or, if they are harboring something against you and they didn't say anything. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the people that speak their mind, that say, hey, you did this and it made me feel a way. Hey, I don't necessarily like the way you're moving. Along those lines. Those are the people that I'm talking about. See, to me, friendships and relationships, I don't care how solid something may be. If you stop providing a core concept that you all became friends in the first place about, more than likely that person is going to seek a type of friendship or relationship elsewhere. And I say that to say it doesn't matter how long you two have been together. It don't matter how long you two have been friends. If something is not being fulfilled, I'm sitting here doing the lyrics in my head. If something is not being fulfilled, then of course a person is going to try to seek it elsewhere. Take, like I said, it's simple. It's simple. Take the store. Look at a store. Your neighborhood corner store, the shop right, whatever, price right, this, that. It's right around the corner. Aldi, whatever. It's right around the corner. It's your favorite store. Think of your favorite store. Think of a store that you go to and you always go to, and they always have what you need. Say you're thirsty. You get thirsty at this particular time or whatever like that. You're thirsty. You can head out your door, walk 2 blocks. It's your favorite store because they always have what you have. And you walk 2 blocks and you get your water, and you go back home. Every time you go to that store, they have your water. All of a sudden, one day, the store doesn't have your water. All of a sudden, they stop carrying your water. You give it a chance. You keep going back. you keep going back. You keep going to check and see if they get the water restocked or just something else, get it restocked that can quench your thirst. And, it gets to a point where it's like, well, if y'all aren't going to carry what I have, then I need to head to another store and find it, and you do. You go to another store and look at that. They have your water, they have your juice, they have your soda, they have your whatever it is that you drink to quench your thirst. And it's the same with people. It's like, yo, it doesn't matter that was your favorite store. After a while, you went and sought what you needed somewhere else. So it doesn't matter if you've been with this person for 10 years. If all of a sudden they stop carrying that water that you got from them and they're not restocking it, you're going to seek another store. And that goes with friendships too, and with friendships, it's trust. It's the open communication. It's the feeling that one gives a damn about you. If any of those things disappear after a while, then you're gonna seek it somewhere else. You're not gonna keep going back. What kind of sense does that even make? Think about it. Would you keep going back to the same store knowing that they don't have what you have? You're not gonna wait. You'll give it some time, considering that was your favorite store. But are you really gonna keep going back there a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years to see if they still had your water? Where the store 2 blocks up the road has your water, has been having your water? Where the store that takes you a little bit more time to get to has your water? See, we hate change, we think it's so bad. But the thing is, if something is not providing you what you need, what your soul needs, what your mind needs, why would you continue to subject yourself to that thirst? Why would you continue to subject yourself to not having that thing that you need? Sometimes the store does end up restocking after a few months, after a year, after they see you contemplating whether or not you're gonna go somewhere else. We see that often. I know most of y'all been in a situation like that. You've been telling somebody you're not happy. You've been telling somebody that look, this is not happening, and we need to fix this. We need to figure this out. And the person is not whatever, and then you get to that point where you start going to another store, and all of a sudden that person want to start carrying the water again. But at this point, it's like, is it too late? And sometimes it is. Sometimes you can pull them back. Sometimes that store can get that client back. Sometimes that person can get that person back. But sometimes, you know what? They found it somewhere else. They're going to stick to that new place. The more complicated we make things, it's just not necessary, man. It's not. Especially when you say you love somebody, and especially when you say that person is, your A1. I think as long as we keep things simple, you'll be able to come through anything. You'll be able to get through the complexities that occur in life, that tries your friendship, that tries your relationships. At least I think so. What do I know?
Nigga Jaden Smith dropping jewels and niggas don't even believe him because he's Jaden Smith.